So we adjust the focus. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys can hear me. It's Blaine Dennison, owner and operator of Quick and Clean Lawn Care. You guys know who I am. Just want to jump on and make a video. It is like March 16th or 17th. It's Tuesday. We've been under a national declaration of emergency for probably about a week almost. I think Thursday makes a week when the president got on and declared a state of emergency for the nation due to the COVID-19 virus. Since then, I've noticed this virus progressively get worse, not only in my area, but across the United States. I'm centrally located in Kenner, Louisiana, which is, well, actually I'm in Metairie, Louisiana, which is right next door to New Orleans, the city of New Orleans. In New Orleans, we have parishes here, but ultimately, I'm in ground zero of the epidemic here in our area. So I think it's important for me, as well as others, to take the proper precautions. I know there's a lot of stuff going on social media thinking that the media is overplaying this issue. And I keep trying to remind as many people as I can, it's not the media overplaying the issue. I mean, you can, yes, it's on the news 24/7. It's on your social media feed 24/7, but that's for a reason. Of course, the media likes to play things up a lot, but if you pay attention, there's actually actions being taken from the federal government. So this is not a fluke. This is happening, people, and I know it's hard to accept that something like this is happening. Now, I'm not saying it's deadly and everybody's gonna die, because it seems like there's only one extreme to the next, when I look at my Facebook feed. But this could possibly be bad, okay? It could, like they're talking now that this is gonna be another yearly virus like influenza and things like that we'll be able to expect every year, maybe even several times a year in the future. So we need to do what we can as Americans to minimize the health risk, not only for yourself, but for everyone else around you. Throughout the United States, I'm seeing, they're putting bans in place and curfews in place, and they're making businesses shut down, and everybody's getting upset. And it's never good when this stuff happens, guys. But we have to accept it and do what we can to move forward, because what's happening is the stubbornness, and and it's a good thing. This is what makes America so great, guys. We're bullheaded. Some may call us arrogant, some may call us, but we are resilient nonetheless. And we have so much faith in ourselves that we know that we'll overcome this, and that typically it's not really gonna be that bad for us. It's the United States of America. But that's only if we can do what we gotta do to make sure it isn't. So when they're saying, when the medical professionals and the CDC and the government, they're all saying stay home as much as you can. Stay home as much as you can. I'm not saying, I'm out working, guys. I have a job that I don't really come in contact with a lot of people. I've got plenty of fuel, I've got plenty of weed eater string, I've got all the supplies I need, so I'm not gonna be going to the store or anything like that and coming in contact with people. So I come out and get a few yards done. Got to keep those bills moving out and getting some paychecks coming in. So we got to keep that going as long as we can, because in my prediction, we will all be stuck home really, really soon. So, for everyone else that's not at the stage that we are here in Louisiana, go out and make your money, save as much money as you can. Save cash. This is advice from someone who's a Katrina survivor. I didn't evacuate Katrina. My family, the entire family, my wife, kids, the in-laws, my mother and father, my brothers, we all stayed. And we pushed through and we made it through Katrina. And I see how it operates and what the government's gonna do to make sure everyone's safe. And they will lock you in your homes and make sure you stay in your homes. So to keep that from happening, we have to do our part. To keep this from escalating to the point where that has to happen, we have to do our part. do everything we can to not spread this virus. Whether we believe it's bad or not, we have to do our part to minimize cases and to keep everybody safe. But anyway, just wanted to jump on and say that. Hope it wasn't really long-winded. And but nonetheless, I'm out working. We're out at the storage facility. It's commercial property. Like I said, man, wide open space. I'm not going to be by anybody. I'm not going to speak to anybody. I doubt I even see anybody. But, you know, I've got a couple of residentials to do. Just quick mows. Checks are there waiting for me. And I'm going to show you guys how we can do this and keep things at a minimum. All right. Got my head covered. I've also got a breathing mask and some gloves, just to make sure while I'm cutting this grass, you know, because they say this is a respiratory fluid spread, but it's springtime and there's a lot of pollen in the air. And you know, this is just my hypothesis. I'm not a scientist, but if I sneeze, if I carry the virus, and there's a lot of pollen in the air, the pollen will pick up the virus and it moves it around the air, which what I would just call airborne. So, and they're saying this can live on surfaces from anywhere from 12 to, you know, 48 hours and maybe even longer. They really don't know. So it's better to be safe than sorry. I've got some antibacterial soap. Before I go home, I'm gonna wash down, clothes are going in the washer, I'm getting in the shower. And before I touch any furniture, before I go into the refrigerator, as much as I love to go straight to the refrigerator when I get home, I'm gonna have to take those extra precautions to make sure my family is safe. Because I'm out here, and have to make sure I can minimize their exposure as well. But yeah, well, let me go ahead and set this thing up on a tripod, man. We're gonna go ahead and mow this lot. This one on the other side of the fence, 2 spots in the front. And I'll show you guys how we survive the COVID-19 apocalypse. Alright, what's up everybody? It's the next morning. Ran out of space on the camera, so I had to make some decisions on what footage I was going to delete in order to sacrifice making this video. Because I believe that the information in this video is very important. And take the opportunity, we're going to talk about a few things that I do while I'm out working. Because, you know, we're all going to we have to go out and work, guys. We got to make money. But while we're out, we want to keep, you know, human contact to a minimum. So, you know, having clients leave a payment for you instead of them coming out and actually talking with you and inviting you into their home and things like that. Because, you know, we have some very nice clients, especially down in the South. But at a time like this, we need to keep those things to a minimum. So, you know, and I hope when you express this to people and your clients, they understand. So, with that being said, while we're out working, we're going to have to take a few precautions. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I keep in my truck to help keep the spread of this virus at a minimum. Number 1, as you see, I'm wearing not a respirator mask, but just like a air filter over my face. Also, to help keep that sealed and tight to my face, I'll wear, like, you know, an SA mask or just any kind of face shield like that you would use to help protect yourself from the sun. It fits down and it covers up, so that way you can keep what you're breathing at a minimum. Because like I said in the video, that I believe that this virus can become airborne, or that it may already be airborne. And I think I heard a little piece of a news article yesterday where some scientists are believing the same thing. So, I'm not a scientist, so I'll leave it to them to make those kinds of decisions. But I just shared my opinion, and it is what it is. But that would keep a bar of antibacterial. This is a bar, not the whole pack, of antibacterial soap. Make sure it says antibacterial on the package. If it doesn't, it probably isn't. So you want to make sure you have some of that. And gloves. I don't wear gloves while I'm working. I have big hands, so it's already rough on the gloves as it is. They stretch them out, so me being active with them on just tears them almost immediately. But if I have to stop and pump gas, go into the grocery store and buy something out of the cooler, or go use the public restroom, make sure you have some rubber gloves on. Just grabbing that door handle alone could spread the germs. And you throw this away. Do not bring it back to your truck. Discard it on site before you bring it back to your truck, because you don't want it coming in contact with anything in your truck, and then you ultimately still bringing the germ home. So, pair of rubber gloves and hand sanitizer. It's pretty instantaneous. I can go to the truck discreetly. Sometimes you might run across someone who insists on grabbing your hand and shaking it. It's okay. Go back to your truck. Couple of squirts in your hand, but this will help you. So there's just 5 things that I keep in the truck while we're going through this, and I just want to share that with you guys in hopes that everyone is doing what they can to help keep this virus to a minimum. I think this video is getting to be long enough, so I'm going to turn it off, and I hope you guys are going to have a great season. Talk to you later.